Hey everybody, welcome to In the Oaks. Today, in the final episode of the chicken coop build, we're putting the roof on. Hopefully we're gonna move this thing out of here as well. I'm not 100% sure if my tractor can pick this thing up, but we're gonna find out. It's early in the morning and I wanna get started on this so I can get it done today. I got a fire going a little bit ago, so let's get started. So as I build, I'll go over all the individual pieces, but for those of you following along at home, what I went and picked up were 6 panels for the roof. I picked up a ridge cap that'll go along the top, a drip edge, and a residential rake that'll go on the gable ends. And then I also picked up some foam that goes under the ridge cap that goes up and over these vents so bees and other things can't get in, but air can get out. So I am fortunate enough to live about an hour away from a manufacturer who manufactures this stuff. So yesterday morning, my dad and I went up to pick it up, and they have a well-oiled machine at AB Martin. So shout out to them. They didn't tell me to say that, but they're really good at what they do. So as I open this with a razor blade that is unprotected, this is the disclaimer that I am not a professional. This is not a specific how-to. This is how I'm doing this. So if you want to follow along and do it yourself, best of luck to you. Ooh, those edges are sharp. These are the 2 residential rakes. We'll do the drip edge first. Now, I've done my research, and as I understand it, this drip edge goes on the non-gable ends, the ends that don't go up into a peak. So basically the flat side of your structure. This will go on first, and then when it rains, rain will come off this edge, follow this, and go away from your building. That way it doesn't get onto the fascia board. So we're gonna head and measure this and install it right now. Oh, baby. Need my tool belt. Lining that up till it's flush. Go ahead and make a mark. So I got a pair of tin snips here. Hopefully this cuts through it. My kids have been using these to cut through all kinds of stuff. There we go. One jagged edge. Great. Now I got to screw it on. All right, that's not on there crazy tight, just enough to hold it so I can run some screws in. So when you order your metal from a place like this, you order all the hardware that goes with it. And I ordered 2-inch and 1-inch screws that are specific for a job like this. You can't just put any regular screw up there. This is a self-tapping screw with a rubber washer to keep the rain out. Now the key with this type of screw is you don't want to run this down to where the washer mushrooms out because it doesn't create a seal. You want it tight enough so it hits the metal and holds. And you want to back off with your drill or whatever you're using to run them in. So it's always, you have to be careful with these. They look like you can just run them in and then you're good to go, but if you smash out that washer, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So I mocked up a panel here, and I'm going to take these screws and I'm going to run these in about 2.5 inches inside this rib so that my panel sits flush the whole way through. I'm just going to go ahead and mark where it is. We got our drip edge on. Now let's put a panel up. So what I'm doing here is making sure everything is flush at the bottom, as this is what you're going to see. Up there, that will be under a ridge cap and you'll never notice any type of imperfections. But down here, this has to be dead on. Same with the sides. If your sides aren't exactly square and flush, that's okay, because the residential rake is going to cover that. All right, let's put this in. So the rake on the gable end is going to go here, and there will be screws along this rib. So what I'm going to do next is put screws along this rib here, and I'm going to do about every other one. The ridge cap will go up there. Guess they forgot to put the self-tapper on this. I'm sure professionals line these up with a string line and everything else, but I'm not a professional. It will look good when it's done though. Okay, now we need to put this other panel on and then make a line to cut it. It's too wide the way it is. So I went ahead and overlapped that 2 times because I know myself. In case I mess up, I can still shift this whole thing over one more time and give myself an additional cut. So a little bit of insurance. I hate working with gloves, but I feel like this is going to be important because this stuff is razor blade sharp. Yeah, that's not working. Well, I know what will work. Don't know if you've ever seen this trick. If you need to cut metal, what you can do is take your circular saw blade, turn it around, and use that to cut out metal. I had to do this for our outhouse build at the A-frame, at our A-frame cabin. And it's loud, it's very loud. So I will spare you guys that and just I'll mute the mic. There we go, one backwards blade. Now that you saw me do everything on the other side, I'm going to time lapse this and get this knocked out fast. Here we go. There we have it. The roof is on. The ridge cap is going to cover up whatever that is. Next up is what's called the residential rake. It's a rake that comes down here, much like the drip edge. It's designed to go up over this and create a drip edge on the sides for the rain to follow that when it does rain. So we're going to measure that and put that on next. I'm trying to cut this with tin snips. Hopefully it works. Or metal shears. I'm not sure what these things are called. Drop a comment below if you know. Tin snips, metal shears. I know there's left-handed, right-handed, and I think they come in 3s. Let's see if this will work on the other side. So I'll cut another one exactly like this, quick. Then I'll have 2, because that's how math works. Okay, both pieces are trimmed. Wait. I grabbed the wrong one. This is the strap piece. Jeez. Wait, I have a heart attack. Try that again. I only put 1 screw in at the top of each just to hold these here, because I want to put the ridge cap on to see if the ridge cap needs to go on last or if these things go on last, because now I'm second guessing myself. So after thinking about it for about 5 seconds and then realizing how rain works, the ridge cap goes on last, because if water hits here now, it'll shed off over here. If I put the ridge cap on first and then the 2 ends, the rain will get down in the middle and go underneath the metal, completely eliminating the point of having a metal roof. So ridge cap goes on last. We're going to switch gears and go to this side because this side was cut a little better. And I just want to have this looking nice. I'm going to cut a separate piece. I have plenty of material. I want to cut another piece for over on the other side. I just didn't like how that one turned out. When I'm all done, I'll come through here and put screws on the sides. So what I should have done from the beginning was lay out one section and then overlap it with this to give a nice overlap up here. And I didn't do that. Live and learn. All right, now we'll just screw these all in. We have both gable ends done. Now it's time to put on the final piece, the ridge cap. So for me, the ridge cap is kind of like the period at the end of writing a novel. It's the last thing that goes up because this thing is now weathered in completely and it can go outside and live out there and I can get my garage back. So it's a pretty big step for this entire process. I'm pretty excited about it. Thanks for watching this video until this part, because this is the culmination of over a month's work. Gotta get a pencil mark here. I only have one of these, so can't afford to mess this up. No pressure. I think I want to cut this with the saw to make it cleaner. Before we put the ridge cap on permanently, I want to install Ultra Vent. It fills up the void between the ridge cap and the roof panel. It goes in between each of these panels to make sure make sure bugs and things can't get up under your ridge vent, but air is able to get in and out. So that's what we're going to install right now. So according to the illustration, it goes right along the spot where you put your screws. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put one strip along here and then one strip along the other side. That's going to do it for this build. The chicken coop is done, at least the exterior. I still want to paint the inside with some sealant and things like that, but this thing is ready to go outside. I want to thank everyone for watching this, liking it, and subscribing to the channel because of this build. It hasn't been a fantastic boom of views and things like that, but I had a lot of fun doing the project. So I want to thank you all for tuning in every Saturday morning during this series and clicking subscribe. Hopefully some of you are still here at the very end. If you're new and this is the first video you're watching, go back and watch the rest of them. I took this thing from an idea to what it is here. Subscribe to the channel if you want to continue our journey with chickens. As I said before, I've never built anything like this. I've never had chickens before, so this should be an interesting journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the Oaks.